The second message from the goddess Astarte. More than 12,000 years ago, here on this planet was a civilization of solar gods, the Asuras. We are the sun gods. You have an information about us. You know the god Ra. I am Astarte, incarnated on this planet several times. I was Isis, Asher, Ishtar. I was Slavic Lada. Then, more than 12,000 years ago, here on this planet was a paradise. There was an abundance and fertility. Animals, plants, trees. Everything was gigantic. And we, the Asuras, the inhabitants of this planet, were giants too. We achieved growth of 10 to 15 meters. Our civilization has been very powerful. We had super technologies, and our psychic abilities were so powerful. We had super abilities. Some of you are still partially possess the abilities possessed by us. You have called these extrasensory abilities. You also know our megalithic structures. You were trying to figure out how they were built in ancient times. We built them, the giants, the Asuras. In building we used our high tech and even our mental capabilities. Till now exist some traditions, practices on how to develop your psychic abilities, becoming a truly powerful, magical creatures of the universe. Toltecs took our traditions and educate their disciples. Cossacks characterniki, also known as wizards, also had this knowledge. Your genetic memory holds what was once a long time ago. Keep the memory of us, Asuras, your ancestors. We Ases, bright gods. In many nationalities, alphabet begins with the letter A. You all know this phrase, I am. Until now, the Bulgarians say Alzasm. Latvians say as esmu. Lithuanian says as esu. Poles say iestem. In Sanskrit, as means all being. I am Astarte, favorite Slavic goddess Lada. I also was called a Zovushka. It's me, Astarte, the Swan Princess. Remember, Pushkin wrote, "A star burns in the forehead." Yes, that he wrote about the glow that comes from me, Astarte. You all have the genetic memory of us, your ancestors. You have stored the memory of us in names. The whole continent was called after us, Asia. We, Asus, Solar Dynasty of Yasuni, bright celestial gods. In Slavic mythology, we, Yasuni, were called clear light gods, Yasi. And the knowledge, clear knowledge that we gave to you at Indo-Aryans were called Vedas. In your mythologies, Slavs, Germans, Irish, Iranians preserved myth about the Asura, bright gods, heroes, civilized, teachers. But as time passed, the planet was plunged into the Kali Yuga. It occurred about 10,000 years ago. Planet embraced with the darkness. It was covered by the essence of dark gods. Chernobog, who also called Black God, and his goddess Mara began to dominate on this planet. People become implanted by dark entities that provoked scandals, quarrels, murder, wars. On your planet reigned practices of control, competition, pressure on each other. All this blocked the flow of energy which once came before us from the light gods, Asuras. As a result, it destroyed your destiny. It destroyed your health. You know that the Inquisition reigned. People who had the knowledge of Asus, who had super abilities, burned at the stake. It began more than 2,000 years ago. And only the Kiev Rus managed to keep the knowledge of the light gods, clear knowledge, which is now called pagan. Prior to 1000 AD, there were monuments to the gods Veles, Markos, Dashbog. They are all light gods. But after the year 1000 AD, even in Kiev Rus, this knowledge was destroyed. Egregor of Solar Gods was closed by Chernobog darkness for the 2000 years, and people settled evil. Destiny, life, and health destroyed. People began to degenerate, become sick. Their growth was considerably decreased. they don't possess the super abilities anymore. But time has passed. Now, the era of Kali Yuga is left behind. Now is the time for new energies. Now the time has come again for some of us to open up this knowledge. The knowledge what we carry, sun gods, the Asuras. Many of you are starting to remember that in a past life you were strong, light, and you were owning a clear knowledge. You were having super abilities. Many of you are starting to remember your spiritual names and revive them. Be aware that not everyone can go through the cleansing power, which is now focused on your planet. Many of you will choose to remain in inactivity, covered by dark entities. Will continue to practice stupid, destructive behavior that would destroy the faith and health. Will practice in passive aggression. They will continue the war, but it will not last long, because now the new clear knowledge, lost for thousands of years, begin emerging on this planet, and only some of you will be able to reunite with the flow of the divine light from egregor of solar gods. And for those who choose the path of light, the path of liberation from the limitations and follies of the ego, for those who want to escape from the darkness, from the monotonous, dreary life devoid of abundance, for you, I'm going to open the way to the light. Teach you to our knowledge, a clear knowledge. Teach you practices, energy practices that can help you to become stronger. Fill your life with joy, with energy, to heal your health, to heal your own destiny, and to share with other people this clear knowledge of Solar Gods Asuras. I will teach you practices of reunification with the energy of life, with the abundance of energy, which will help you to be filled with streams emanating from the solar egregor Asuras, your ancestors.